Alright, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Nana, episode 4.
Oh boy.
They're running through the streets like a romantic drama.
And there is lots of drama for sure. Yeah. And there will probably be some romance, given that we know where this goes. But will there be communication?
Will Nana
Snowball's chance in hell.
Continue to spiral things out of control? Yeah,
probably.
For the most part.
Yep.
But we got to give major props to Kyosuke for getting things at least rolling a little bit.
He's my favorite of the four, for sure.
Because he has said the least.
With these characters, kind of that's the sometimes the only way to win is not to play. You know, it's just less is more.
Why use many words when fewer do trick? You know,
exactly right.
Yeah. So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
なんじゃその顔。いやさっきはごめんね。ちょっと言い過ぎたよ。まあ気にすんな。
That was fantastic.
What the hell was that random nostril, like, off her nose there?
もう走り回って疲れた。ほんと世話が焼けるっつうか。
自分で置き去りにしといてよく言うよ。
She really didn't listen at all.
なんでこんな時にこんな可愛げのない言い方し
That's
ちゃっ
what
てんだろ
her
う。
issue is. Oh my
好きな
god.
男の前では常に可愛い女でいたいのに。
This
Not
is a
like
very
listening
real
to
thing
them.
that a lot of like women go through, though.
せめて大学生ならまだしも浪人生だし。お前がのたれ死にかけても何も助けてやれないから。
I hope that's not foreshadowing.
じゃあ私さ、地元残ってバイトして上京資金貯めるよ。それで1年経って庄司が大学受かった
There's
ら。
the plan, okay?
All right.
じゃあ来年は絶対受かんねえとな。
So he gets fired up too.
Right.
Yeah.
And nice. And she ended up saying the perfect thing for him with where he's at in the future.
Wait, so since we're alone.
何それ。じゃあ愛してるって言ってくれたら一緒に寝てあげる。
愛。
Damn.
お前そういうのは言葉じゃねえだろ。日本男児に言わすな。
だって生まれてこの方一度も言われたことないんだもん。
Yeah.
よし分かった。俺も男だ言ってやろうじゃねえか。自分はアメリカ。
Oh my god.
Here's that atmosphere you were wanting. It's starting off slow, but there's something. Oh. Oh. Oh, it wasn't for us. Oh, okay.
聞こえちまったか。
Oh.
And now we smash cut to the present.
No, definitely not. Out! He's done with this shit.
My man.
Yeah, my man.
そう捨てたもんじゃないね、純ちゃん。
And thus a wonderful night was had.
でも遠恋。
Oh my god.
300円いただきます。
Wow.
And so she just told that whole story to some random customer.
Yep.
あそこのバイトやめようかな。でも悪いんだよな。早く上京資金貯めて東京行きたいし、来年の春なんてとても待てないよ。
Is it him?
はいはい、ナナです。庄司？
Yeah.
超元気。小松ナナ、ただいま19歳。
Catching up to where I am right now. Oh, okay. So now we're
私は自分の生まれ
back
故郷
to
を知らない
our train.
父親の顔は見たこともないし、母親の顔もとうに忘れた。
Oh, so we're just jumping completely to her perspective, but not catching up to the present?
I guess, yeah.
小料理屋を営む祖母に散々闇を言われまくって育ち、今はバイトに明け暮れながら夢のかけらを磨いている。
Oh.
Entirely in English.
Damn.
Okay.
They're all the fangirls.
Yeah.
嘘
Oh
このクソ寒い
shit.
のにみんな待っててくれたの
And they've like styled their hair after you and
ああ何ビビアンいいなミサトちゃん
You remember my name?
Yeah.
Ah!
サンキュー
Oh.
ビビアンゲット
Just out.
いやー、しかし今日の対バンも我々の大勝利だね。
Gotcha.
ほとんどの
Okay.
客がうち目当てじゃん。俺の人生でこんなに女にモテる日が来ようとは。
でもみんなナナのコスプレでか
who wouldn't be?
ノブもうやめとけってあんた明日卒業式でしょ
ナナは出ないの卒業
They're that young, yeah.
お前がクラスで一人ぼっちで寂しそうだったから友達になってやったんじゃん。
Alright, we're seeing their origins here.
Uh-huh.
ダメだ
Yeah.
あいつ掘って帰るか
死ぬ
It's
かな
cold.
Yeah.
死ぬだろ
The responsible one's like, no, I got him.
Yeah.
さすが法学部弁護士の卵
Oh.
ヤス
あ
ナナが豚箱入ったら弁護してやって
Yeah, yeah.
なめんじゃないよ
I literally was gonna make a joke about that.
Uh-huh.
ノブには俺が話しとくからナナにはお前からちゃんと話せよ実はヤスがスキンヘッドなのはある時10円ハゲができたからでハゲを笑うのなハゲに泣くぞ
Oh, that's it.
I thought they were gonna say like he has cancer or something. Like
が効かん女どもだな
なんかあるでしょ手編みのマフラーとか使えるもんが
あった
oh, whoa.
かっこいい
Something for him, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they're
Yeah.
together together.
覚えて
Yeah.
る、私とレンが初めて会ったのもこんな吹雪の夜だったんだ
覚えてるよ
本当かよ
あれは何年か前のクリスマスライブで
2年3ヶ月
It's interesting to see the way that they do the exposition of. Do you remember? Do you remember? You know.
売り合ってんのがバレて退学になったか
やってねえって濡れ衣だよ私の少女はてめえが奪ったんだろ
ら悪かったよ落ち着けしかしお前
That sucks though.
Yeah.
切れる気力もなかったんだよあの頃は
Didn't even have enough strength. Oh shit.
意地悪ばあさんに店でこき使われまくってたんだろそれ以上稼いで何がしたかった
金が欲しかった
She wanted
Get
power back.
誰かわからないまま産んで結局私が邪魔になって男と蒸発するような女だったからナナは絶対そんな風になるなっておばあちゃん口癖みたいに
Oh.
Well.
だから私に赤とかピンクの女の子らしい服は絶対着せてくれなかった
No healthy female relationships. Yeah.
俺の中学の時の先輩でさ、2個上なんだけど、マジかっこいいんだ。後で紹介してやるからな。
だからいいってそんな
Damn, she's smoking already. Yeah. Yeah.
その辺の大人よりずーっとしっかりしてるっつうか、
His
施設育
aura.
ちだし、
Yeah.
き
Right.
っといろいろ苦労があったんだろうと。
Oh fuck. Oh yeah.
レンはさ、生まれてすぐ港の倉庫街に捨てられてたんだって。生まれてすぐに巷の話題になるやつはそうそういないだろうって自慢してた。
He does sound like a main character in like a.
But how much is that how much of that is like a front, you know?
Oh yeah, of course.
だけど
But if he's really fucking
その
cool,
男に私は首を
he does. He does give off "I am him" the main
Yeah,
character
right.
energy.
And suddenly it's like, well, maybe he's like me. Maybe I could be a bit like him.
夜生まれた感情をどんな名前で呼べばいいのかそれは恋とかときめきだとか甘い響
Ooh,
きは
such saccharine words don't really fit. Yeah.
不安になるレンと話す日常が
It never went away. It never changed.
そういやさヤスが帰り際に言ってた話って何なんか深刻な唇
Oh, so that was just a joke.
くらい言ってもてめえが否認しねえからガキができたらどうすんだ
産んで育てりゃいいじゃん俺は高校も行かず真面目に肉体労働してきたから
Oh, but they haven't really talked about this.
Yeah.
ナナ俺東京行くからお前はお前の好きに生きりゃいいさ
And that thing of what if we had a kid? That was
He's already coming in. Yeah.
that was the last. Okay.
Oh my god. I completely forgot about the other Nana that we now got her backstory here, but also
Once
now
you're
I
in the
forgot about
the fact that other Nana exists. Yeah.
Well, no. Like this whole story that we just got here made me forget about primary Anna. You know, like I'm like, who?
Right.
Junko and Shoji. What? You know? Oh my god. All right.
This was fantastic. I love how
characters fully introduced.
Yep. Yeah. But like we spent all this time being like, okay, yes, we're getting like, you know,
cute Shoji and
cute
Nana development.
You know, like backstory and all that stuff. All right, cool. There's this part of my mind. I'm like, all right, but when's Grunge Nana gonna make her appearance?
See, I was thinking we were gonna go all the way until we actually got back to the apartment, and then Nana O or Nana K, whichever we want to go for this here.
Right.
Band Nana, cute Nana, whatever. But I thought we would have the backstory then, but then when we shifted to the snow, I was thinking like, oh, we're back to the present, and then the narration started. I was like, wait, no,
different voice and
different
all that
voice,
stuff.
Yeah.
And even though it was only for like half an episode.
Well, it was more than half an episode. It was actually like the lion's share of it. It was about 2/3. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So 2/3, but not the full episode, right? Like, you know, just a big portion of the episode, and yet it so completely like stole the scene, like stole the episode, stole my attention,
stole my attention, as well. Yeah,
like that was absolutely captivating. And the thing is that makes me so sad is I feel like that might be all that we get for her backstory before going back to the present, because that essentially gives us the tie-in, right?
We might get more though. The main thing is that with Nana O or cute Nana or more just ditzy Nana, her thing was getting Nana K. Thank you. Yeah. She ended up getting the plan in place with Shoji, so we now know that they did have an actual pretty healthy plan to settle things from how you would prepare an LDR to then meet up at one place with your resources, your plans, and your provisions in place.
And I like that it was something where Shoji was also kind of unsure about things, and so Nana really was bringing
energy.
Like her own half to the relationship and the dynamic.
And that got him excited to where he was like, hell yeah. And I'll go back and apply again. I'll make sure I get in. And then you end up doing this. So we'll each have a year. We'll bring things back together there.
Yep, we'll make this work. Awesome.
They still didn't, progress too much beyond the dysfunctions of their relationship with regards to the lack of communication. But that's mostly just because they're young and they're idiots.
Right, they don't know what they don't know.
But hey, this is actually a much better setup than we assumed things were going to be from the way that things were before.
And now it's just the thing of, okay, after a year, they
have to reestablish their dynamic.
They have to reestablish their dynamic because they have become different people. And Nana has definitely grown over the course of that year.
Yes.
Right? She has. But Shoji has as well, and in ways that are different, right? And so now it's are they actually able to reestablish their dynamic?
Yeah.
In a way that's good and healthy and balanced. And Shoji currently is not entirely satisfied with how things are, and that's got to suck for Nana after all of this stuff to happen to be like, hey,
because she's not actually coming in with anything.
No, she's not.
She didn't spend that year doing anything more than save money, but she doesn't have a plan for a job in Tokyo.
Exactly, and that's
which
the
is
thing
part of her thing.
Right, and that's the thing that's rough because since the vibe that I got from it is that because she's so desperate for love, right? She does all of the things that she's hoping will make Shoji happy, right?
Yes.
So if you tell me you love me, then we can sleep together, right?
Right.
Or we'll do all of this stuff, and and we'll both be equal partners in it and everything, right? Saying all of these things because it's we'll both be in this, right?
Right.
And then as time goes on, she hadn't really been thinking about those words in like a deep commitment. It was more of I have all of this passion where I want this to work, and so if that's the thing that I need to say in order to make it work, then I'll say it.
Right.
But then she kind of forgets about it, and then it's I just need to earn up the money, and then I'll get back there. And once I'm with Shoji, everything will be perfect because kind of a he'll fix me, you know, or I don't have to worry about my problems if I'm with him, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's their whole thing, and we'll get to revisit that. But we have now Nana and her band and her boyfriend Ren.
Shit.
Okay, her story is fucking tragic.
Yep.
Not just the abandoned by mom kind of thing, but also abused effectively in multiple ways here.
Oh, yeah.
We have the
grandma.
The grandma, which I know so many people personally know so many people that very much have this like gap generation in their family dynamic where it's just parents, what are those? No. I was always raised by my grandparents.
Yeah.
And because the grandparents weren't actually like expected to be the ones to raise the kid or kids in all these contexts, there's always that little bit of friction. But for Nana, apparently, it wasn't just friction.
She was bad.
She was basically used as child slavery, like labor, at a restaurant for an indeterminate amount of years. Basically, into her teens.
Yep.
And we don't know really when that started, but either way, it's hyper fucked up. Then we find out that the reason why she ended up dropping out of high school was not because she had bad grades or anything, or it was not even because she just really wanted to leave the school.
Nope.
It was because
she was
accused
kicked out.
She was accused of prostitution, which if we want to code in for what that is when she has a song about everybody's raping me.
I'm pretty sure she's not talking about other students.
No, I'm pretty sure she's then talking about people who then can just put this away as a,
people will believe me.
People will believe me, and this is the accusation that I have here. And Nana, according to her very vulnerable moment in the tub, said, I didn't even have enough strength to be reckless back then. Not to be resisting, to be reckless. Meaning she's been so beaten down and so downtrodden by all this shit that when someone comes along and just robs her of this, she doesn't even fight the punishment. She's just like, I want out. I want away.
Because of course she does.
Fuck this.
And so then when she runs into Ren, it makes absolute sense, you know, like her grandma's dead, so she doesn't have that to worry about, you know. And then she meets this person who has taken the very things that life has dealt them that would, you know, make their life miserable, and said, I'm going to wear it like armor, and this is going to be, you know, I'm going to make my own way. And of course, you know, she's jealous of that, right? You know, of course she greedily seeks after that, right?
Yeah.
Who wouldn't?
It's an attraction that goes beyond just the physical. It's the almost envy of realizing that, like, how the fuck did you figure that out?
Right.
Why is that, like, twisting me up inside, like getting me this, like, this not just desire, but like this, like, I love the word of greed and jealousy in this regard, because it's not just like the I want what you have, but it's the like I want to like stake a claim, like I want to like drive and like hold it tightly, like I want not for it just to be mine. I
want to become it in a way, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah, it wouldn't be enough for me to take it from you.
Right, and have it be this third party thing.
Yeah. It's like, no, I must imbibe it.
I want to. Yeah.
Right. And so, interestingly enough, that's kind of another situation of where both Nanas are going into the relationship where they need something out of it for themselves,
basically,
to deal with their own hurt.
Right.
In very different ways. And I gotta say, I major respect Nana, you know, for doing that. That's awesome. And it looks like you were able to do it, right? You know, not as a, you know, because they were boyfriend girlfriend kind of a thing, but because she, you know, surrounded herself with people that were good people for her, so that she could like she could get the strength to be reckless, right?
Yeah. And so now we see her absolutely living this reckless life. Except when it comes to the favor and approval of Ren. There's this little bit of like Ren kind of playfully poking, and she really gets riled up the second he does any of that. And it's the kind of thing where you see a distinct difference between that and when Nobuo or I don't think Yasu really poked at her. But when Nobuo poked at her, nope, nothing. Doesn't really get her that riled up to respond in any way. But when Ren does it, she's like, hey, what the hell? Like it's almost like there's a place of safety and like extension of her in some ways that's like this is my territory, and how dare you start like fights in my territory.
Gotcha. I hadn't even thought of it that way. I was thinking that was just more of the like, you know, they're an item, and so it's the, you know, if one of your friend like, you know, like makes fun of you, you're like, yeah, whatever. You know, if your partner makes fun of you, then it's like, excuse me, you know.
Well, yeah, but I don't think she was being playful. I think pretty much every single time that kind of stuff came up, she like
it was serious.
Yeah. Stop joking around. How could I get caught? It's like, oh, like she got angry there for a second. Like it's the kind of thing where I see there being almost this setup that the episode is basically preparing us for, even though it was very obvious that there was going to be something that would pull the band apart. We just didn't know what exactly it was, but we knew that Ren was the one holding the responsibility to communicate the info. Thus, it's something more or less with him,
something that's exactly, something that's not probably just going to break the band up, but also probably break them up. And this is where I like the elements of this situation that seem just as necessary, unavoidable as the other Nana's situation, but with Nana-O having a bit more agency with regards to the fact that she got what she wanted from the relationship, but then there's this situation where, oh, hey, he's not getting what he wants out of the relationship, right? Like his whole thing of like, hey, let's have kids, and the fact that he's been like, you know, kind of trying to like push that, you know? And she's like, no, I don't want that. And then after that, that's when he says, I'm going to Tokyo, right? You know, we're done, right?
Yeah. And then he brings up the guess it can't be helped, you junkie. And she gets like really upset at that too. She's like, "No, it's the pill because you fuck her, you know,
wear
like,
a fucking condom, you know."
Yeah. And then he's like, "Well, you know, who cares? Let's just have a kid and raise them."
Right. And of course, she doesn't want a kid because why would she with everything she's been through, right?
And
you know,
this
like
is probably the most down we see her in the episode is the like, hey, you know, she gets all quiet. It's like, well, you know, even if you don't have a problem with it, I do.
Yeah.
You know, I'd rather do a bunch of concerts. And then she gets pulled in for, you know, some more sex and stuff. But I almost felt this little bit here of where, like, they definitely have like a lot of pleasure being with each other and stuff. This felt like one of those moments where he was basically saying like, hey, let's do things, you know, this way. And she's like, no, I don't want to do things this way. And he's like, okay, well then, you know, come back here and, you know. It's not necessarily a problematic thing. There's a lot of elements of this of where
in established relationships, the dynamics that people have in the bedroom for how they do their hanky panky, that's their thing.
That's their
you know?
business, for the most part. But it did feel like the kind of thing of where it's the like, hey, come back in here, you know. I'm going to tell you something really painful in a second here as well.
Oh, sure. So let's at least paint
reset
over
things.
this one painful thing, reset, and then I'll tell you the other painful thing.
Yeah. But I loved the way in which he's then framed here with the light coming behind him, because she says earlier in the episode he was, you know, just too bright to gaze at. No matter how much I, you know, reached for it, I couldn't, or how much I struggled, I couldn't reach what he had, basically. And then she ends the episode gazing at him.
Right.
Because in some ways the light is behind him. It's not he's no longer coming from him. He's not shining that brightly anymore.
Yeah.
It's now the reality sets in of, oh shit.
And that's the thing where, while I know that this must have been very painful for Nana, that's something that for me this feels optimistic in a weird way.
Well, it has potential.
Yeah, because it's the you had a hero that helped you out of a bad place.
Yeah, he was a place of safety.
You were able to basically find your own inner strength as a result of like surrounding yourself with people like Ren. You know, and Ren being the primary example.
And to be fair, though, she makes a point of how it's not something that she ever fully reached. The mix of emotions that she had was always still there, and she never actually hit that point. So in a lot of ways, she was piggybacking off of his strength.
Yes, and I could because we're better together, right? You know, it's the it's not just him, it's the band, right? Like
she found her recklessness, but she didn't necessarily find her strength.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like that just go into like semantics and things, but of course it would be easier for her to be reckless and strong when she knows that she's not alone. Right? Yeah. You know, and so now that's gone. Now she is in a situation where she is effectively being forced to return back to the place that she was before, and it's what happens now? What are you going to do?
Right. So she goes to Tokyo.
Yep, and she goes to Tokyo.
Which means I think she probably didn't really wait that long necessarily to go after him.
Probably not.
And I don't think she necessarily went back in the literal sense. I think she's already alone. Her grandma's dead.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if anything, I'd love to know who has the restaurant now. That could probably be an interesting thing there. Because if her parents are not in the picture and she's the only, kid,
and Grandma
died, does Grandma hate her so much that she then ends up, like, selling
Made sure that she wasn't in the will or something like that. Made sure she
wasn't in there or something
like
that.
Yeah, it could be. I could also see it being something where, like,
she got it and sold it just immediately and just took the money to help support herself.
And maybe there wasn't that much money in it in the first place, and that's why Grandma...
It's a restaurant, so it's a lot of debt and everything.
And that's why Grandma overworked the one free worker that she had.
Yeah, that's true. Right? Most restaurants fail in 2 years, so...
Yeah. I could absolutely see that being a situation.
Oh, that's a good point.
Money troubles definitely don't help people be nicer.
No.
So I would not be surprised if that was something that went in alongside that. But now, with where Nana is in the modern, we have both Nanas together. Now, neither of them are alone, but it's not a situation where they have to essentially be putting their own worth or hopes for their own growth and development as people in the other person, right? And so now they can have someone that can truly be a peer that they're alongside, but not actually not being working on a single point of failure, right? So
there's so much potential here. I feel like we are still missing a couple pieces of the backstory here, but depending on the way that this is edited or structured from the adaptation or what have you, it might not make sense given that it seems like this caught us up really quickly to where...
Yeah, it did a lot of telling of what happened, basically.
Yeah, I also thought it was actually, really close to being very clumsy. There was a lot of, hey, remember this?
Oh,
and in
absolutely.
fact, that was, half the dialogue.
It went pretty fast. I would have...
Yeah. That's why I'm with you. I think we might get more just because there's been the... Nana had the thing with Shoji where it was a little bit of the post... things are getting rocky and stuff to actually catching up to then. But now here's what the status quo of the LDR was like.
Yes.
And then for this, it's this might have been an actual breakup. But given that this is him first telling her, we don't get to hear any of her words, thoughts, or anything like that. So I think that could be worth giving us 5 minutes of that.
Yes. As much as I loved this episode, I think it would have benefited greatly from maybe trimming down the other Nana stuff in the several episodes that it had and condensing it so that this whole episode could have been dedicated to Nana O.
Or just give us a little bit of what that was in the next episode. Yeah, definitely. But all right, cool little foreshadowing thing as well of having Yasu be a law school student, and it's hey, Nana will probably end up in jail someday, so you're gonna need to help her get out. And he's like, wait, what did you do? And it's
that could be a thing in the future.
That could be a thing in the future. But two, it's a little bit of hey, people assuming things about Nana of what she did when so far, according to her, she hasn't done any of the things that people kind of have blanketedly accused her of. Oh. We had one person saying, hey, you junkie. And she's like, no, I'm getting the pill, you dumbass. And then we had another past thing of she was doing prostitution and stuff,
right? And now that I think about it, that might not be. She might not have been assaulted because she mentioned that Ren was her first time.
Well,
so
yes, Yes, but that doesn't mean that she wasn't necessarily
still accosted.
Yeah,
you know? Yeah. No, that's a great point.
I don't want to get into the details of the difference between essay and rape here. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a whole other thing. But I just liked then that we had that being a theme set up by it being one of the few repeated elements of this episode, and that a character either in the past did this, but also in the present of saying like, "Ha, you junkie," and it's like, what, bro? Like, I'm taking, the pill, like, what the hell?
You could have just worn a fucking rubber. Yeah.
But yeah, all right, cool stuff. Set up a little bit in the past. I thought a little bit more with Nana O. But
Yes.
Y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out my Baldur's Gate 3 Let's Play on Twitch. And if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.